Hello and welcome to a Twin Noses episode of Lexx Education, where I've just noticed what exactly twin noses Ron and Laura have. Ron, we've got twin noses.
Yes, we're related.
Well, I know, but I'm at a slightly different angle in my camera today, and I just have suddenly noticed how similar our noses are.
We have the same face. We say this all the time.
Yeah, but hey, twin noses.
Look, what if I went like this?
Yeah.
And then I have kind of the undercut as well at the moment.
I think you have bigger eyes than me, though.
Yes, you have small piggy eyes.
I do. If I had a beard... Oh, samesies. You're looking very tan. Did you do a lot of outside drinking this weekend, Ronk?
I did. It was lovely weather.
It was a beautiful weekend. We went and played in the fountains.
What fountains?
Just a water park fountain bit in the middle of Brighton.
Oh, okay, it's like you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, not just like a display fountain.
Was it just like...
Yeah. I dressed as Phoebe, child of the podcast was Ross and Chandler, and Tom did all the other characters. Mackie was the sofa.
I could really imagine Tom with the Rachel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got a stunning bone structure. He could carry that off.
Yeah. Such a big head. It'd be a lot of hair.
Yeah. Tom's hair is so unmanageable. There's nothing you can do with Tom's hair other than what he does.
You could lose a badger in it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we have. I'm sure we've got several other children. Just all wandering the labyrinthine passages of their father's head. How was the stag do then, Ron? We've all been on the edge of our seats waiting to hear.
Yeah, it was really, really good.
Wait, I've been muted. How have you been hearing me? Am I not coming in through my microphone? I'm not coming in through my microphone.
For fuck's sake.
This is a problem. You know it's there, computer. Okay, Ron, I'm ready for you to tell me about the stag do, and I should sound 1,000,000 times better now.
Oh, you do sound way better.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. We had a nice cottage up in the Peak District.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah. We saw the Northern Lights on the Friday.
That's pretty cool. I couldn't see it down here. I don't think it stretched to Brighton.
Well, I'll be honest, it's been on my bucket list for a long time, and I'm really sad that that's how it was ticked off, because we didn't know that it was going to happen. So 2 people just went outside to look at the stars, and then were like, oh, guys, it's really cool out here. You should come and have a look. So I did, and to me, it just looked like light pollution. It was just a brown streak across the sky, and I said, I can only see about 4 stars. This is rubbish. And I went back inside. Another member of the stag, famously, and we've mocked him for this the rest of the weekend, said, fuck the sky. I'm going to stay inside, and didn't go and see the Northern Lights.
Fuck the sky. I like this.
Sky.
I like this stag member.
Yeah, that was very funny.
Apparently it was better if you looked at it through your phone screen.
Maybe. I didn't do that. But we honestly didn't know that it had happened. And then hours later, people looked at their phones and saw the headlines and stuff and were like, holy shit, that was the Northern Lights.
Yeah, I'll be honest, when I went to Lapland and saw the Northern Lights, it was not a good time for it. We didn't get any good ones, and it just looked a bit like light pollution. We didn't see any of the fluctuating fun bits. We just saw oh yeah, it does look vaguely green over there.
Yeah.
You can't make yourself be interested in something that doesn't capture your heart.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, it was good. And then we did a pub crawl the next day. And then on the Sunday, we played golf and had a barbecue and board games. And then we all came home on the Monday.
Lovely, Ron. Did you tell stories?
We told some stories, yeah. There was a certain amount of debauchery, lots and lots of boozing. It was good.
Did you throw up out of your nose?
I didn't throw up. Other people threw up.
Ah, well done, Ron. Well done for being a grown-up.
No, I'm just a top tier legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel a certain amount of pressure for being the host?
Yes. Yeah, I enjoyed portions of it.
Sorry, younger sister of the podcast is on a long train journey today and so is sending me updates on her crocheting and tea. We're such cool dudes. You're such low energy, Ron.
Yeah,
Can't
I'm in
work
a
out if it's-
horrible mood. I'm having a really
Yeah.
bad day.
Oh, no. It's such a shame that we have to record today.
Yeah, we really, really do.
Ooh.
We haven't edited this episode, so,
I
we
don't know
what
what's
this is about.
happening.
No, me neither.
You're just slacking.
I've been away, and I'm going away, and it's all just a bit much at the moment.
Oh, Ronnie Honks. Do you need a cuddle?
I guess, but there's no one around.
I mean, I don't want to suggest that you come and see us while you're over in London anyway, because that went down like a sack of cold squid sick last time I suggested that. You got mad at me.
I'm going to a work conference. What do you want me to do?
Pop down in the evening, you loon.
No.
Exactly. That's why I said I wouldn't suggest
Why
it.
didn't you come up to
behave
London
like
and
a
see
sucker
me?
firework
Come up
your
to London
butt.
and see me.
I have a child. I can't take her to London in the evening.
I have a job. I can't just do whatever I want. I'm not frolicking in fountains like you unwashed masses.
Oh, sorry, I spent my Sunday at the park. Is that what you're mad about?
No, but I can't just drop. Like, I'm going to finish what I'm doing.
Fuck me. I can't believe how mean you're being. When you're saying you're sad and stressed and I say, hey, you're literally going to be 30 miles away. You could pop down if you like, if you need a chill out. And now you're like, why are you demanding stuff of me? Fuck off. Go and do your book
what
club
I've said
with
is
our
that
other sister. Go and do that, Ron. Go and read a stupid book and talk to our sister about it.
No, because what I've said is that I'm too
no.
busy and I'm stressed. And I don't have time to do all the things that I want to do. And then you're trying to guilt me for not cramming in
guilt
a
you.
trip to see you. Why didn't you spend 3 hours on trains, Ron, and come and see me when you have
3
precious little
hours.
time anyway and you need to get this editing done?
Sorry, where's better for editing the podcast than trains, you stupid horse?
Oh, as if anyone's ever gotten one thing accomplished on the Thames Link, Laura. Use your head.
I edit this podcast on the Thames Link all the time.
And it goes to show because all of this fucking background noise and stuff gets into it and it's just nonsense sound effects all
I'm
the
not
time.
recording while I'm on the train, you flaming lemon. I put the sound effects in because they're fun and they cover the pauses where you're just despondently staring into the sky and then go, right, 6.4.9 kill myself.
Edit the pauses out then. You
There's
don't
so
have to just...
many of them. If I edit them out, we have a 4-minute podcast.
It's literally like the bit in Always Sunny when Dee and Dennis start a podcast and they're just doing laser noises in between things. 2 wars at the moment. You're saying we're in 2 wars.
Yeah, Ron, people love the sound effects.
No, you're Dee who loves sound effects.
Oh my God, what was I watching the other day? I've been watching, right, okay, 2 things, Ron. You know The Dropout with Elizabeth Holmes? By the way, she pronounces it Holmes in the episodes as well.
No, she
Thank you very much.
doesn't.
Yes, she does.
No,
but
she
also,
doesn't.
I was watching it and I was like, there's William H. Macy's in it and he plays a grumpy rich neighbour and then his wife is sort of twittery and blah, blah, blah.
Rum Tum Tugger.
And I was like watching it and going like, she's so familiar. It's Gail the Snail.
Ah, I love it when she pops up and stuff. She looks so
she's
different.
Just doing a normal acting job and playing like a fancy New Hampshire woman, and I was just like, "What the fuck is that?
She's smashing it.
That she's Scale the bloody snail, mate."
I genuinely don't believe that Elizabeth Holmes pronounces it Holmes. Because there's no, and I'll hold my hand up to this as well. No one else, apart from our family, just shoehorns W's into so many words, like familiar.
Yeah, we do have a problem with L's.
Else, yeah.
I've realised a really hard one
Holmes.
that I have to really think about is pale ale.
Pale ale.
Pale ale. Pale ale.
Yeah.
I'm sure I was watching an episode and Amanda Seyfried pronounces it Holmes.
Holmes.
Holmes. I said this to Tom the other day, and he went, yeah. It was just one I just didn't have the energy to bring up. Anyway,
It's
look,
just
we don't know
very
what this
funny not
episode's
being
about.
able to pronounce Sherlock Holmes.
I can pronounce it. Holmes. Take the L out if you don't want it to be a W. Class Clown 4 is out this week, so if you're a patron, we're getting further into Dr. Robert Provine's exploration of laughter. If you are not a patron, why not, mate? It's been 100 episodes. What are you waiting for? Sign up, patreon.com/Lexx Education. And now we're going to jump into the deep unknown. Sorry about the lack of sound effects, but it's a Ron edit this week. He's going to do it on, I don't know, not the train into or out of London, I guess. He'll do it at
Great Western Railway you can edit a podcast on.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise that one has podcasting capabilities where another train doesn't. Enjoy the episode.
Thameslink just doesn't always have tables.
No, it doesn't have tables, but your laptop can go on your lap. It can go on the top of your lap.
Ugh.
It's ironic that episode 101 is chemistry because it's physics that I would put into room 101.
Yeah, it's also physics that you need like a Physics 101 style course.
What? I'm all right at physics. I think physics is the one I'm doing the best on the quiz.
Yeah, but that's, is that because you're good, or is that because I phone in the quizzes because I don't care either?
Why don't you care, Ron?
I think it's generational.
Mabes, I have to go to the dentist this afternoon.
How come? Because of your ugly buck teeth?
No, just a normal dentist visit because people have to go to the dentist. What the fuck's happening with you?
When's the appointment for your ugly buck teeth?
I don't have buck teeth.
No, that's why it's an okay, funny joke to make.
You are giddy.
I am giddy. I'm very happy.
Why are you so happy, Ron?
No comment. We're not going to talk about that. I don't
Why?
want to.
I do.
Right, I'll cut this.
I've told everyone.
Cut this, whoever's editing it. But it was literally in the episode that came out last week that we finally said me and Judith broke up.
Yeah. Well, the lurker asked me about you and Judith.
Oh, really?
And he was like, so what happened with Ron and Judith? And I was like,
Well, they broke up for a year, and then...
well, right now. Yeah, so I just told them you'd broken up.
Yeah, fair.
I think we'll just ease her back in again, soft launch, and just pretend like nothing happened.
Probably not, but that doesn't matter right now.
What, we're just never going to mention her again?
That was the plan when we were broken up.
But you might want to talk about your plans.
Yeah, I guess if there's a plan that needs mentioning.
Well, I'm going to mention it.
Okay.
Ron, I'm really hungry.
Yes, because you've got to go to the dentist, so you can't eat beforehand, because then there'll be embarrassing food in your teeth.
I don't really subscribe. I'll brush my teeth before I go, but I'm definitely going to have lunch before I go.
Oh.
I don't really care if they know I use my teeth.
Yeah, but what if they see it and they think that it's really old beans or
They
whatever?
won't. They'll know. They know, don't they? Like, you can't trick them by just flossing the day of. They're like, you don't floss regularly, do you?
Yeah.
And I'll be like, no, it's boring. Here's what I think I'm going to do, though. I'm going to floss my, top teeth one day and my bottom teeth the next day so that I can stop getting bored halfway through.
Smart, I guess. Probably.
I don't like flossing. It makes my teeth wobble.
My teeth are really close together and I get the floss stuck.
Yeah, me too sometimes. And then once all the stuff that's like holding my teeth firm comes out, then they're all just loose.
Oh, I went to stay with my friend Eve in Switzerland, and then we were talking about flossing because Eve has like gaps that are really easy to floss in between her teeth, and I said my teeth are really close together. So I find it really hard to floss. And then she was like, "Oh, can I see?" So then I just opened my mouth, and then she was just looking in my mouth for ages. And then her boyfriend walked in, and he was just like, "You guys are fucking weird."
You two are weird, to be fair. You've always been quite weird, but I suppose now you're still weird, but you're grown-ups.
Yeah.
So pretty weird.
Yeah. Switzerland was the best, man. I loved it there.
Don't move to Switzerland, will
I'm
we?
not. It's too rural. You know, we've already had this chat on the podcast.
Yeah, but they have cities.
Yeah.
Bern, Zug,
There was
Basel.
I'll tell you a little anecdote. So,
Please.
we wanted to get the boat across Lake Geneva one morning from a place called Cuy, but then for some reason, even though it said that it was on the website, the boat doesn't go from Cuy in the morning anymore. So then we'd already walked there and we were really hungover, and we'd had our farmer-style double XL sandwiches that they always get from the shop there, and then we're like, what are we going to do? And then Eve and I remembered that the day before we'd walked through a village called Epes, and then there was like what we thought was like a tractor fair on there. And like I say, they live pretty rural, so if there's something to do, you jump at it. Because it was called like tracassettes, which we assumed without checking was just like the French word for tractors. So then we're like deciding if we want to go there or not. We decide that we eventually do, and then just as we're doing that, this like weird little like wacky racers car drives past with two people dressed as sailors, and like it's all sort of dressed up, and we're like, oh my god, are we going to the wacky races? And then we went to this village called Epes, and it fucking was. And it turns out like tracassettes are like these sort of like a motorbike with a trailer on the back. And then, yeah, they were all like themed. Some of them were really racist. And then they had to like go around the village and like do like different tasks and stuff. And then we were stood right by this bit where they had to go there, and then there was this in Switzerland there's like drinking water everywhere, and it just comes out of taps that are always on. So there was like one of those, and then they had to pick 3 rocks out of the tub. I don't know why, it didn't seem hard, and they could just do it with their arms, but they had to do that, pick 3 rocks out of the tub, and then they had to fill up kind of a washing up bowl with water, and then I think part of the measuring criteria was how much water they got to the end. Yeah, it was really dramatic because like a lot of people just use this to advertise their wine caves. Wine caves is just another word for wine shop. They're not in caves, so I was disappointed. So like there was one thing that was like it was all Batman themed, and like there was the Batmobile, and there was Batman and the Joker, and then they got their washing up tub full of water and just threw it at the crowd. That was really funny because they were just there advertising their wine cave. So then people remember, oh, Batman with the wine threw the water at the people, so that's funny. There was a woman dressed as Pikachu in a Pokemon-themed one who, like, it was really weird because she was like getting out. She's going to pick the rocks out of the basin, and then we didn't.
She threw the rocks at the crowd.
No, we didn't see what happened, but suddenly the crowd goes dead silent. She's crying on the floor, and she's fallen over or something somehow.
In a Pikachu.
In a Pikachu costume, yeah. And then they pick her up, and she's like streaming tears down her face, and like her leg is like dangling like this, and we're like, fuck, has she broken her leg? And we were boozing, so we were having a great time, like, hey, fuck you. And then
she's doing a lot for British international relations.
And then like the green lads had to run down the path, and they were like, don't send anyone else, Pikachu's fucked her knee. And then like a stretcher gets taken. They don't do any announcements, so no one in the village knows what's happened, but we saw that it was Pikachu. They had to cut the Pikachu costume off of her so they could look at her knee. All really dramatic. But then she just walked off. She was fine. She just like got back on the Pikachu mobile and drove off.
Really good advertising for her Pikachu cave.
Yeah.
We'll be drinking Pikachu wine until the day we die.
Yeah. There were other ones. Like a lot of them were like wine themed, which I just thought was a bit Route One.
Root wine.
Root wine. There was one that was themed around a Swiss dish. That's like a cabbage sausage that's served with leeks. That one won, actually. There was.
So how did you win the most water back?
We actually have no idea. That's all we could infer from the bit that we saw.
Right.
There was one where they were dressed as sort of Arabs in a cargo ship. That one was a bit dicey. Not the diciest one we saw. There was one where they were dressed as the A-Team, and I can assure you that they were all white. No. Yeah, it was bad.
Switzerland.
Yeah,
Don't
real
be
bad.
So rural. Well, I'm glad that Eve's happy living in rural Switzerland.
Yeah, I think she is.
That's good. Does she still have a bowl of eggs by the front door?
They eat so many fucking eggs. I kid you not, because you can buy them pre-cooked at the shop. Like just 6 boiled eggs in a box. And I think
Maybe we should do the eggathon there next year.
Oh, we could get Eve in as special guest for the eggathon. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
But she would be like, why are you even making a fuss about all these eggs?
Yeah.
This is a normal level of eggs to have.
Her and her boyfriend, I think, bought 1 packet of eggs at least every other day, if not every day that I was there.
And just eat them cold boiled.
Yeah.
It's not right, Jim.
No, it's a big part of what they do, though.
I don't think I would want a relationship based on eggs.
I don't think necessarily sort of that's what they've based it on, but it's definitely, as I say, yeah, just a big part of it. They fucking love it.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I guess it's something, isn't it?
Hmm.
Mine and Tom's most common related food is probably pizza. That's much better than a boiled egg.
Yeah.
Maybe paella. I do love paella. Not knowing since you ruined it with science. But...
How did I ruin paella with science?
Oh, you made it all about vectors and scalars.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying.
It's raining again.
The sun's out, but it is cloudy here. Right,
Your
let's do
gun's
some
out.
science, shall we?
Oh, all right.
What, not keen?
I'm too hungry.
Oh. Well, don't worry, it's going to be pretty lackadaisical. Because, right, so we're onto a new section here, Laura. The last section of chemistry, actually. So we're barreling towards the end of a second subject. Now, we're on 5.10, using resources. And actually, when I first saw that, I thought it meant using the resources in this booklet. So I almost messaged you and said, hey, fucker, we're done. But we're not.
Oh.
Because it's actually just a different thing. But it's like 5.10.1.1, using the Earth's resources and sustainable development. Content, quote, humans use the Earth's resources to provide warmth, shelter, food, and transport. Full stop.
This syllabus just veers wildly from, sorry, are you the king of Mensa, to, please can you finish that mouthful of dirt and then try and understand this sentence. How are we supposed to understand all that relative forces and this? This can't be the same level.
Yeah, and then like the next bit is natural resources, supplemented by agriculture, provide food, timber, clothing, and fuels. It's like, yeah, of course they do, dipshit. Like, how is this content? So I got up the BBC Bite Size because it's pretty good for, adding that extra level. Just the same thing. It's like, oh, we get stuff from the land. Maybe we shouldn't take too much for too many people. So then what I did was I got up a paper on it just to see what they could possibly be fucking asking for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, there, I went in there, and then there's a sort of a graph, and in a white column, it's got how much oil the world's using. It's kind of decreasing over time, percentage of energy generated, and then solar is increasing, and then it says describe the changes in the percentage of electricity generated in the UK between 2007 and 2017 using oil and solar for 3 marks.
Well, I can do that.
Yeah, I presume you just say, well, oil's decreasing and solar's increasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right, I'll see you next week.
so what we'll do is, we'll kind of go through it a bit, but let's just be. It's all pretty chill, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, Laura, is the Earth infinitely big?
No.
No, it's not. So, the resources on the Earth, do you think that they would be infinite or finite?
Finite, Ron.
That's right, Laura.
Well, depending on the resource.
And where can we get resources from?
Ground.
Yep, the Earth. Nice. Where else?
The sea.
The oceans. Yep. And where else?
The air.
The atmosphere. Bang on, Laura. So it says here, finite resources from the Earth, oceans and atmosphere are processed to provide energy and materials.
Yep.
Got that? Log that away. I don't hear you making notes.
I've lost the notepad.
What?
It must be round in the house somewhere, but I can't find it. To be honest, upstairs is so disgusting that it's probably in a big pile of mould somewhere. But I don't know where it is.
Why don't you get some airflow into your shack?
Because it's raining. It never stops raining this year, Ron.
It's a little grub pocket on the top of your house.
Well, the thing is, Ron, we're getting a cleaner soon.
Hey,
and
you're
then
just
they
going to
can
lock her
clean-
in there until they figure it out.
But she can help me with the rest of the house, and then I'll have time to come up here and sort it out and make it back to my pristine place, because I'm going to start writing another book, so I need this place to be a little mind palace.
Nice. Wow. The thing that I found really interesting about your mouldy hovel is I've never seen somewhere with white mould before. Like, it was all covered in white mould, not black mould.
Well, it's fancier, isn't it?
Right, yeah, it's Brighton. So, Laura?
Yes, Ron.
Chemistry plays an important role in improving agriculture and industrial processes.
Yeah. If you don't have that sexy frisson with a jungle, are you going to cut it down to make tables?
Exactly. No, you would not. So...
Do you hear my tummy rumble then?
I didn't actually.
Sounds like thunder.
What are you going to have for lunch?
Homemade hummus.
Oh, you made some hummus. Did you use my recipe?
I think pretty much. I couldn't remember what you'd said, and I couldn't be bothered to listen back to the episode, but I found one that was similar. And basically, the difference was boiling the chickpeas.
Yeah. It's good, right?
Taking the shells off. Yeah, but taking the shells off was a...
Oh, I don't bother doing that.
I thought that was what made it smooth.
No, water makes it smooth.
No, I think it's taking the shells off.
Anyway, okay,
Excuse
so
me.
that's... What, because...
I guess that burp was that rumble that I just heard. It was that moving.
Maybe. The ghost of the rumble.
Well, I reckon the rumble was that air moving through.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like... Burping is like that bit in Shawshank when he pops out the poo pipe and sort of screams at the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Laura, because we have finite resources in those three places that you very, very cleverly came up with.
The only places that really exist.
Yeah. Should we just like cane through them, or should we sort of, or should we do something else?
I think caning through them's really been working.
No, we shouldn't cane through them.
No, I think it's been really good because, like, progress and the stock exchange is all in a good way. Yeah. And animals can't talk, so it doesn't really matter if they're fucked.
Ooh.
And who swims in the sea anyway?
Yeah. I don't really care about ocean plastic.
Here's the thing, which is quite surprising to me, but because normally environmental stuff really terrifies me. And the other day I heard someone talking on the radio about how like 90% of people now have microplastics in them.
Yeah.
And it just made my brain go, oh, that's good, because we're all still alive. So clearly we can cope with microplastics in us.
Yeah.
One less thing to worry about. And I don't think that was the effect it was meant to have. I think I was meant to go, oh no, we're all full of microplastics. But I just kind of ticked that off as cool, clearly we can survive with plastic in our bums. Done.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I just, I can't, I feel saturated with things I give a shit about.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I might have already mentioned this, but a friend of mine works at the National Trust, and they've stopped serving mushrooms in all of their cafes and their food and stuff because it uses up peat. And I was told this, and I was literally like, I'm sorry, I just can't give a shit about one more thing. I really can't, and especially coming from an organisation that's still serving fucking beef. So
why on earth would you cut mushrooms before you cut beef?
Yeah, bizarre.
Yeah, I think I agree. There's limits. I could go vegan, but I will still be eating avocados and honey. Do you know what I mean? You draw your line wherever you draw your line. Mine's got mushrooms and avocado and honey on it.
What's the problem with avocado?
I think they have to use animals to artificially inseminate them or something.
It says they're vegan on this website.
Maybe that's wrong. In an episode of QI, host Sandy Toxvig asked what could be eaten by strict vegans out of a list of avocados, almonds, melons, kiwis and butternut squash. Because they're so difficult to cultivate naturally, all of these crops rely on bees, which are placed on the back of trucks and taken long distance across the country. It's migratory beekeeping and an unnatural use of animals, and there are a lot of foods that fall foul of this. Yes.
Right.
But while Toxvig is right, and these foods are often made as a result of migratory beekeeping, doesn't mean that they necessarily must be avoided. Yeah. So veganism is all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals. So, yeah, is it...
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like you say, I can't give a shit about that.
No. Yeah. I think, you have to go with what feels right for you.
Yeah. So that's... so don't cane through resources, Laura. Sustainably develop.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let me just call the boss of my logging factory.
So, now we're going to move on to 5.10.1.2, potable water.
Ooh.
Now, what does potable mean, Laura?
Drinkable.
Absolutely. And, why do we drink water?
We have to, otherwise our brothers get mad at us.
It's good for you. Yeah. What sort of stuff could be in water that would make it, let's say, unpotable?
Poo.
Yeah, and we'll class that as microbes.
Bleach.
Yep, different chemicals, yep. And?
Plastic.
No, as we've said, plastic's fine. If anything, it's good for us. Look at the state of civilization at the moment.
I think it's just poo and bleach, really.
Can you drink the sea?
Oh, salt.
Salt, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So all of those things would make it not potable. So then if we make it potable, we can drink it.
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know any different ways that we can get potable water?
Filter things, get it from real deep, like a spring. You can get desalinization plants, which is something that they're trying to do in California and Texas and drought places like that. But I think it takes a lot of energy to desalinate the sea. Yeah. So it's not really feasible at the moment. But they're working on the technology.
Absolutely. And what else? There's one more that you missed.
Collect rainwater.
So the two that you've got there is filtering. You can pass the water through...
Like in Waterworld, where they put their piss through filters.
Yeah, you pass it through what's called a filter bed.
I love Waterworld.
Or you can just choose somewhere that's got fresh water, so like you say...
Condense it and then collect the condensation and drink that.
I think that's how they desalinate things a lot of the time. But... let's say there was some poo in the water, as there often is in the UK.
Get a little net. and scoop it out.
Yep, fish for turds, but then once you've fished all the turds out, there'll still be poo bugs in there, won't there?
And a bit of that, like poo aura, you know, when sometimes poo just leaches out brown water around it and it gets a little brown shadow.
Yes, I do know
that
about...
when you go to a public toilet and there's like a log there, and then it's just got like, little poo aura around it. Ooh. No?
I do know.
You know, those little lurkers that like lie there in the mop, like, if your poo's too heavy, I'm gonna splash on your bum. Those guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes those guys flush away and then come crawling back up. They're up there.
Is this what your new book's going to be about?
No.
What's the new book about?
It's a sequel to Pivot.
Oh, do I have to read the first one to know what's
No, you fucking don't. I don't want you to read it. I hate you. I've only ever supported everything you've ever done.
You don't even know what my job is.
Yes, I do. You're a customer success manager.
No, I'm not. I haven't been for about 5 months.
You manage customer success manager.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I have a new job.
Fuck off then. No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
What's your new job?
I'm a senior practice enablement manager.
Oh, well, that's bollocks, isn't it? That's not really a job. You're still doing the same thing you were doing before.
No, I'm not. My job's changed loads in the last 6 months. I have a new team that I run.
Yeah, but same thing.
No.
Oh, no one cares, Ron. Not even you care what your job is.
No, I have low job satisfaction.
Yep.
You might, I don't know if I should tell this story. Maybe we'll cut this out. But they had to book a meeting with my team because one person in my team had put in really low scores for like this employee satisfaction survey that they did. So they booked this meeting and they were asking my team what's going on. That was me. It was obviously me. And I was sat there like, come on guys, answer the questions.
But no one suspected it was you.
No, even though I complain about stuff all the time.
Oh, Ron.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Maybe you're going to become a vigilante.
What? How?
And fix all the problems by being a vigilante.
You can't fix problems, man.
Fucking hell.
They don't want the problems to be fixed. Like the problem with corporate life is they fundamentally don't want ideas.
What do they want?
Well, they don't want ideas to come from below. They want ideas to come from above, and you have to get up to the top. But then, if you think that something's bad, and then you tell anyone that, you're just kind of seen as a problem.
You're a troublemaker.
Basically, I'm a dissident.
Troublemaker. Well, when you set up your own company, then it'll all be fine.
Yeah, fingies crossed. So the other one that I was kind of getting at there, Laura, was sterilisation. You can kill all the poo bugs in the water.
Boil it.
That would be a way. That's not a very energy efficient way of doing it.
No, but as we've said, there's loads of resources, so don't worry about it.
No, but remember, we're not going to cane through things.
Oh, I keep forgetting that one.
Yeah. Do you know what they use often? How they sterilise water? Do you know
Chlorine.
That's one way. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the second one.
The fallopian tubes?
Imagine if they're like if you're watching a firework display, but you were only allowed to sort of make one noise in each different area. So on one side, like you'd be able to go ooh, and then in the next bit you'd be able to say ah, and then in the next bit maybe you'd say oh. What would that bit be?
Please let me know if any of you are screaming the answer into your headphones right now, or if you're all sitting staring, thinking, what the fuck's happened to Ron? Switzerland broke him.
So if you had different demarked areas for the different thing you could say, or maybe okay, let's say that we're not actually watching fireworks, we're actually doing Old MacDonald, and you had different areas for like the vowel that different people could have. So you'd have like a bit where they say E, and then a bit where they say I, and then a bit where they say O. What would that bit be called?
The O section.
Close.
The O area.
Close.
O compartment.
Keep going.
O.
Think about chemicals.
Zone.
It's the ozone.
It's gravelly. It's gravelly. Wow.
You didn't get that?
I did get it. You heard me say it. The ozone.
Yeah, but you didn't get it, like, quickly.
So what? They blast ozone, which is O3, by the way.
Yeah, ozone kills stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, and then the last one. It's just ultraviolet light. I can't think of anything to lead you there. You didn't like the last thing I did.
I did. I loved it.
I wonder if anyone did get that. Tell you what, if you got that, leave a 5-star review and let us know.
The people who know science might have known it and so been able to work backwards. So it only counts if you didn't know that the end product we needed was ozone.
Yeah. Leave a 5-star review and tell us in that you got the ozone bit.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to contact us, actually.
Yes.
Desalination, as you say, that's done by distillation, or processes such as reverse osmosis. These processes require a large amount of energy. You already told me all of that.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Smart stuff by a smart girl.
Mm-hmm.
Laura, what's the difference between potable and pure water?
Isn't pure water quite bad for you if you don't normally drink it? Like, potable is like most water we come across, but pure water is like fully distilled right down to like probably just H2O. But I think it can make you quite sick if you're not used to drinking it.
Why would that be?
I guess, like, water has nitrogen and trace elements of all sorts of little bits in it, sodium and stuff like that, doesn't it? So I guess maybe your body just can't process pure H2O like that.
So it's not about processing it, because the water's the same. But do you remember when we were talking about concentration gradients?
Yes. Nephron.
Yeah, so a bit like the nephron. Same phenomenon that the nephron exploits. But essentially, pure water is so pure that it starts leaching stuff out of your cells into the water. So, like, all of the good minerals and stuff that you've got in your body then go into the water, which is not good for you.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
that came up on something the other day. I feel like influencers or something got sick from drinking pure water because it was like how rich people just love fancy water.
Yeah. Do you know where was across the lake from where I was staying in Switzerland?
The hydroactive collaborator machine thing?
No, Evian.
Oh.
Yeah, of water fame.
Yeah. Evian. Livion. All them babies.
Yeah. I went to a hot spring where there was hot water that just came out the ground.
Was it nice?
I'm not very good at relaxing, so I was done after about 20 minutes. But it was cool.
I'd like to go to one of those because I've been to the one in Bath, but because they've modernised the swimming pool, it's kind of ruins it a little bit because you forget that it's not just a heated pool. You're just a bit like, yeah, of course, whenever I'm in these surroundings, it's warm water.
So
whereas I think to go into a pond that was warm.
No, because it's the same here because it's But the only difference with this though is that
you want to make it look oldie worldy.
But we were outside, so it was like 50
the Bath
degrees
one's on a rooftop.
But then you're also up in the mountains, so it's like quite cold.
Yeah,
So
that's
there
better.
was a bit of contrast there, but no, I totally agree. And also they chlorinated it so much that we all came out like looking a bit red. But then what was cool is like we were walking back to the car, and then it had gotten a bit later, and then we noticed that all of the fountains in the town were steaming because they'd routed the hot water through just like everything in the town, so the fountains were like 50 degrees as well.
Huh.
Yeah, it was weird.
Why would you want to drink hot water?
No, not
Or
drinking
like the
fountains.
pretty
Yeah, just like decorative fountains.
Right.
Yeah.
Aw, like little spa birds.
Yeah.
Can go and drink in it.
Yeah, but we had a nice time at the spa. I was quite relaxed afterwards. Yeah.
Well done.
How long have we been recording?
34 minutes.
Oof, not quite long enough, eh?
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, let's pack it in, because otherwise we won't really have enough for another chemistry lesson.
And then that'll be the last chemistry.
Last chemistoire, yeah.
Well, I think this has been a very nice ease back into work.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see you for the quiz, everyone.
Whoop! I'm going to smash this quiz. Okay, we're recording Ron. Ron's not very well. Ron's poorly. My family are all poorly today as well.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I have an immune system like an ox that is vaccinated.
I feel kind of okay, but...
Vaccinated. That's a vaccinated ox. Oh, can you hear that aeroplane?
I can. That's nice.
I've got the window open. It's window open season, everyone.
Oh yeah, you can hear the birds. You can hear your horrible mouth.
Sorry about that. I just ate a go-ahead bar.
What's a go-ahead bar?
Okay, yogurt bar thing.
Oh.
See, Wednesday mornings, Ron, I have breakfast with the child. I take her to nursery. Then I walk the dog. Then I have a second breakfast. Then I work out. Then I cram something in before I record with you, just to keep the worst of my personality at bay until I can have proper lunch after we record.
Wow, 4 meals by 2 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, because I walk Mackie for like 5 or 6K, and then I do a full workout for an hour with a PT.
Yeah.
So I got to feed the beast, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I've got lots of food in my house that I'm trying to use up, so I'm having breakfast at the moment, which I don't usually do.
Why are you trying to use it up?
Just because food goes off.
Oh, yeah. Last night I just ate a bowl of meatballs. So I just couldn't be bothered to cook pasta to go with. And they needed eating. No one else was home, so I was like, I got to have 2 people's portion of meatballs.
I made hummus for the weekend, and in classic Ron style, I made just over 1 kilo, I think.
Jesus, Ron.
But then my friend Beffo, Beffy Pack, she introduced me to a pasta salad recipe that she'd made that used like hummus as the sauce. And it was delicious. Really, really tasty. So I decided so I've got a big box of pasta salad now to use up a bunch of the hummus, but it really felt like that was resetting the hummus, but the hummus was like a good 4 or 5 days old when I made the pasta salad, and I've got a good 4 or 5 days worth of pasta salad to eat now.
Here's the thing about hummus, though. What is it about it that makes it go off?
It's food. It's like an organic product.
Yeah, but, you know, some things just last ages.
Yeah, but not cooked vegetables.
Is that what it is? Because the
It is
chickpeas are
cooked
cooked.
vegetables, yeah.
And when they're in the can, it's like paused.
It's in a can, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
You're not smart today, are you?
No. Do you know, I read a really good book where there was this guy who like had a sort of fairy wish granted to be really smart, but then he was either the smartest he'd ever been or super, super thick. And I feel like I have those days. I just feel like it's a long time since we did this. I think it was only last week.
Yeah, I don't think we've taken any time off.
No. But I've been on holiday, so...
Oh, how was Lanzarote?
Should we not talk about it in a quiz? Because we're doing that thing where we give them intros, outros vibes, because we're not doing intros, outros today.
Yeah, okay.
Also, you're on slow go today.
I have brain fog to the extreme, and I feel kind of fine, but I'm just so exhausted. I slept 7.5 hours last night. That's a Ron 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a Laura 14. 10. Wait.
I think you went the wrong way.
Yeah, maybe. 10 is my necessary usual.
Yeah, so a 7.5 is a...
I don't get that, by the way. Please don't listen to this thinking I sleep 10 hours a night. I don't. I just will. That's when my body would wake itself up.
All right, Laura. Listen up, all right?
Can you stop squeezing your eyeballs? It's really hard to concentrate.
No, I'm holding my eyelids closed.
Why? They should do that of their own accord. You should have strong enough facial muscles. They shouldn't be pinging back up like a
they
bad
keep
scuttle.
flying open all the time. All right, Laura, listen up. Okay, it's time for the quiz now. Question number 1.
My mouth is so noisy today.
It really is.
It feels
horrible.
creaky.
Oh, my laptop locked itself. What's the difference, Laura?
That should be... Do you reckon people have that on their bingo cards? Ron's laptop locks itself. Stick that on your bingos, guys. It happens a lot.
Happens every 5 minutes. All right, Laura. What's the difference between potable and pure water?
Potable is drinking water. Pure water is
You've turned off your camera.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't say it's turned off. Now you've turned yours off.
Yeah, turn yours on and off again.
Oh, look, it's me live at the Apollo. Boop, I'm back.
There you go, you're back now.
Okay. Potable just means it's safe to drink, whereas pure water means it has no impurities in it. It is just H2O.
Yeah. What's in the potable water?
Ron, we can't hear that.
What's in the potable water, though?
I think it has like sodium, sulfates and nitrates in it.
You don't have to be
Minerals.
specific. Minerals. There we go. Lovely stuff. Yes, dings all round.
Wow, you are low energy today.
Why can pure water be bad, Laura?
Because, Ron, because of concentration gradients.
Yes.
Because it's so pure that it leaches then minerals out of your body and back into the water.
Yes, good stuff. What are 3 methods for water sterilisation, Laura?
Boiling. What's like filtering and chemical purifying.
So,
Can you do condensationing one? You know, the one where you condensate it and then just take all the condensation?
no. So, I'll be nice and I'll give you another chance. So, water sterilisation kind of just means like the almost sort of the chemical one. So,
Electrolysis?
no, you're listening to the words that I'm
Chlorine?
saying. Chlorine's 1, okay.
Chlorine?
Chlorine's 1, okay.
I was just putting it in the list. Gosh, you're rude.
Now, Laura, imagine you were at like a beautiful landmark. Mm-hmm. No, imagine you're at a cereal factory, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And the makers of a well-known cereal have decided, as a marketing ploy, to try out different letters not just the letter that they usually use for the cereal that they make. Mm-hmm. So they divide the factory into different areas. And you have the Cheery A's. And then you have the Cheery B's.
Ozone!
Yes.
Ozone! Ozone, Ron!
Yeah.
Can't believe I forgot that bit.
That's 2.
Yeah. So we need a third one.
Yeah.
Sodium?
Talk me through it.
I don't know. Salt water's a thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and clear and famously everything in the sea is dead, so...
Why are we killing things?
Because you're sterilising it.
Oh.
What did you think sterile meant?
I don't know, Ron. I don't know, Ron. I don't know the third one. I don't think we talked about a third one.
We did. It's ultraviolet light.
Don't remember that.
All right, Laura. How can you name 2 processes for desalination?
The Tricko question, it doesn't work.
Explain.
Large scale. You can't do it. It's too much energy.
Explain.
What else do you want to know?
Well, you're just saying things, so I'm just...
Okay, condensation. Can you do that?
What's the actual word for that? Because condensation's a thing on a
Evaporation?
window. You evaporate.
Distillation.
Distillation. There's one. What's the other one?
Electrolysis.
What's electrolysis?
Where you put the sticks in it and everything sticks to one stick. You run an electric current through
Your
it.
video's gone off again.
Maybe I'm just too pretty.
No, the other one's reverse osmosis.
We did not discuss reverse osmosis.
I think we did at length.
Lies.
Wait,
what's osmosis? Osmosis is when you absorb things through a cell wall.
Osmosis is the process of water moving across a membrane.
So you piss water out of a membrane?
Look, man, that's just what it says in the syllabus.
Are we going to be able to do an episode after this, Ron?
I think I'm doing all right.
You've got the vibe of a man that has only smoked for a fortnight.
No, I'm just ill, really. Got a wee bit of a chest infection. But it's all...
Is it hatred? Is your chest infected with hate?
No.
In your heart?
It's always nice when you're sort of working on a collaborative, creative project with someone and then they just kind of go, "You're not good today."
You say it to me all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. In fact, I think one of the first lines in today's episode was, "You're not smart today." Are you, Laura? I think.
Yeah. All right, well, that's the question, isn't it?
Well, you really, really pulled it out the bag at the end there, Ron, and I'm very proud of you. You need to be peppy as fuck in this outro. Well, that was a... Okay, they've had the episode now, Ron. We should probably stop shouting at each other. It's rare that we have such an angry intro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm sorry your life sucks. I guess it's anticlimactic after the fun of the weekend.
No, it's not. It's external pressures coming in that I don't care or want about.
Why don't you quit in a blaze of glory?
Because I need money. I need money to live. I'm hooked on the fame of it.
Excuse me. Speaking of fame wrong, listeners, there's a thing that happens on social media in the Comedy Podcast Devotees group, which is a sort of comedy podcast World Cup. I think enough of you submitted us that we are in a group. Now listen, we don't stand a chance, and I'm not trying to be self-deprecating.
Who are we up against this time?
Oh, like 3 bean salad.
Ugh.
I think maybe Have a Words in our group again. I don't know.
Again, they've already won once. You're not supposed to be allowed
just being
back
against
in.
3 bean salad means we don't have a chance. However,
There's only one straight white guy in this podcast. There's 3 in that one. How are we supposed to compete with that?
Let me check which group we are actually in, and I'll tell you who we're up against. But it's basically, it doesn't really matter who we're up against. We're such a small podcast that genuinely it's fine. We won't go very far. But what we do find is that when we're in this, we do get a flux of new listeners because people find the podcast suddenly. So that's what we need. Okay, there we are. We're against Memory Lane, which is Kerry Godleman and Jen Brister. We're against Ruha Lustapur, 3 bean salad and Lexx Education. So whilst, we obviously have no chance of winning, and that's absolutely fine. But the more people that share it and vote for us when we're in it, we just find a load more listeners, because obviously it's really going out to the sort of people who listen to a comedy podcast. So we do find that it's very, very helpful for
Laura,
getting new listeners. So if you can vote for us and share it and just sort of pump us up a little bit, it's a really good time for us for onboarding new people.
Laura, you know Richard Herring. Do you think you could get him to withdraw?
I think maybe if we gave him a comedy reason, but I don't know if he's in control of withdrawing or not.
Well, maybe you could get him to just say, no, don't vote for me. Vote for Lexx Education.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Also, you know Jen Brister, don't you?
Yeah. That's not even her only podcast.
Yeah, get her to do the same.
If I know Jen doesn't even know this competition's happening, and she largely does not care.
Yeah, exactly. So she could help us out for once. Jen Brister never helps us out.
I bumped into her the other day at Brighton Station. She's so beautiful and really funny. All right. Well, maybe why don't we just release a press release saying that everybody else pulled out? Oh, he's doing the register.
Register.
Well, as I wrote it, Ron, why don't you read it?
Sure. Vicky Sykes is in charge of Lexx Education's episode 101, Room 101, in which we put all of the things we truly, truly hate. This includes, but is not limited to, physics, a little of chemistry, some of biology, Thursdays, the day furthest from a new episode
That's meant to be a lot of chemistry.
A little. The need to do promotion on social media to get listeners, and finally, the myriad mouth noises involved in the podcast. Thank you, Guardian of the Gate. Vicky, thank you indeed.
Hooray! And thank you to all our patrons and listeners and brilliant people. Good time to cough, Ron. I will edit that out. I will, but I just...
Put in a funny sound effect of a dog on a merry-go-round.
Did you say foamy?
No, I said funny.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I'm also ill. That's the other thing about all of this. I'm bogged up.
I'm ill too, but I just cope better because I'm great. We love you, listeners. Ron dismissed.
Class dismissed, sorry.